Hey everyone, one of the first things I do when I take delivery of a new car is install a dash cam to protect, track, and record what's going on both while driving the car and while it's parked. So today I'm reviewing, installing, and demonstrating the features of this Redtiger F17 Elite dash cam. This is the world's first night color dash cam with in-cabin view. It's got 3 channels. For the front, we got 4K. In cabin, it's got 1080p. In the rear, we got 2.5K. It's also got a touchscreen, which makes it super easy to use and configure. Let's do a quick unboxing, install, and head out in the McLaren 765LT Spider to test it out. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. Got the 3 channels. So the first thing we're taking out here, this is the rear camera, which goes on the back of the rear kind of glass there, and then the main camera is right here, and here you go. So we got a full touchscreen here, and then you got your front 4K camera, and then your in-car camera. And what's kind of cool about this is this actually moves up and down, and so does the in-car camera one. So it's nice that when you mount this, sometimes you're fiddling with it, you actually get more flexibility because you can move these both the front and rear lenses around to get exact positioning. So the touchscreen right here, we got some plastic. We'll go ahead and peel that off. We got the protector for the in-cabin lens and the protector for the front cabin lens here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this powered up so we can check out the interface, and then we'll get it installed in the car. So across the top here, you got 2 USB-C connectors, which I like because you can use one for power, and also it uses a USB standard cable, not some proprietary cable, to connect the rear camera up. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the power and the USB-C here to get this powered up, and we'll get all 3 channels up and running. So do that here. We'll plug this one in. Where is that? Right here on the side. Okay. And then when this thing boots up, so look at the interface here. You can see we got all 3 channels. You got the front view, the in-cabin view, and the rear view of the car. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug this now, get this installed in the 765, take it out for a spin, and get up and running. So they do include a cigarette lighter adapter right here to power your USB. So super easy to plug that in. We will run this cable around to the back and plug this into the 765LT. And then let's see what this camera's all about. This has the Starvis 2 sensor, so supposed to be very, very high quality with the 4K front, and we got 2.5K in the rear and the 1080p in-cabin camera. Okay, got the F17 camera installed. It was pretty easy. There's the USB cable that goes down here for power. The rear camera is mounted up here on the back window. I'll fish these around and clean them up later just so I can demonstrate everything for you here real quick. All right, so jumping into the settings here. The touchscreen makes it super easy to set things up. You don't have to worry about configuring with your phone or anything. This right here shows the view, so we're looking at the front view. If you click on this button down here at the bottom right, you can switch between front. We got our in-cabin camera, we got our rear camera view, and then we can do the split screen, so you can choose you know, which of the different cameras you want on the large portion of the screen as well. So cycling through that. You can also play back footage. If we press this play button here, this brings up all the footage that's on the SD card. So it's super nice to be able to kind of browse through and view this live on the camera without having to go and download it over your phone or take the SD card out and move to your computer. So if you want to view things real quick, just click there and you can view the footage. Going back here, you can set up all the settings gear, and then over here you got a ton of settings. So you got sound recording, loop recording, G sensors, fatigue reminders, your Wi-Fi settings, your volume, click tone, startup sound, screensavers, internal recording. It's got voice control, so you can actually tell it, take a picture and so forth. We got your GPS, your speed, speed stamps, date and time, languages, and so forth. So ton of settings. It's really nice to be able to just touch the screen and program things as you want right here. The upper right is where you touch the microphone to turn on and off audio recording. If you want to be private, not have recorded audio, you can press that and turn it off. Your Wi-Fi settings, and then here's your resolution in the upper left right here where it shows that. So super great to have everything on the touchscreen. And then over here is your camera that you can move up and down for the in-cabin view. So now we got the Wi-Fi connector to the camera. You can see here in the app it says F17 Elite. You hit access camera. Now we got our speed and mile an hour and so forth, and GPS showing up. You got your camera settings over here. If you want to change any of the settings using the iPhone, you can do that. There's a bunch of stuff in here. You can go back and look at your full view here. You can press this button and swap which view you're looking at. All right, let's take the 765LT Spider out and see real world scenarios how the dash cam performs. All right, so now we're in the 765LT. We got the front facing cam. This is the 4K camera. Along the bottom, you can see we got our date, time, which camera it is, our lat and long, and then our speed on the right. As you can see, you can clearly see the license plates of cars, not only in front, but on the left here pretty easily. Make sure you expand your screen so you can see the full image, and make sure you got 4K enabled on YouTube. And then we're gonna move over here left here. And then as you can see, we're coming up on this Range Rover, and you can see the plate there as well. So good picture, color looks great, pretty smooth. Don't forget the McLaren's a pretty rough riding car. This is a hardcore track car, so it's a bumpy car for sure, and the cam does a pretty good job of smoothing this out. So we're coming up here on some more cars, and yeah, visibility is great. All right, as we pull up here, we got a Silverado in front of us, and then a Chevy. And this is why you need a dash cam. Watch what happens right here. As the light turns red, this Chevy just decides to totally cross 4 lanes of traffic and make a complete right turn while the light is red. And this is why, you know, you never know what's going to happen when you're driving a car, and something could happen in front of you, or there could be an accident. So there you go. Red light. This guy just decides to cut along across all the lanes of traffic and take off to the right while this light is red. And we got a Volkswagen pulling up right here. All right, so here I'm pulling into the gym. I'm going to go ahead and back in and leave that 4K footage up front. I mean, don't forget, you also have the in-cabin camera and the rear camera, and so you do get a 360 view. But I kind of like to always back in the McLaren anyways. It's just easier to park. And then, of course, if you have this hardwired, you can enable parking mode so that you'll see anyone kind of walking around your car, checking things out. If anything happened, let's say you were bumped into or something, you would catch those license plates and be able to follow up with the police with the video evidence. I also think having a dash cam in your car is actually a theft deterrent, because as people walk by, they'll see those blinking lights and they'll see that dash cam and they'll know that they're being watched. Now let's move on to some interior shots of the in-cabin camera. One of the things I really like about this one is it's got this in-cabin camera. So a lot of times I might be shooting different videos and stuff. This will give me another perspective on shooting that's recording all the time, because sometimes I'm recording in the car and, you know, you might forget to actually hit record, like actually during a race or something like that. So, I mean, I could probably actually use this during some of the races as well, because it's got a super wide angle field of view in the front, and it's got the camera in the back and the in-cabin camera. So I might try this next time I shoot a race, just leave this recording, and I could grab some kind of extra footage to include in some of my racing videos. All right, so now we're going to check out some of the rear camera footage. Of course, this is 1080p, and we still got our date time overlaid with our mile an hour, latitude, and longitude. And even the 1080p quality looks great. You got a nice wide angle view. You can see completely across the streets. You can read the street signs as they're coming across the other way. And it's just a great addition to having the front cam and the in-cabin cam. 3 channels is awesome because you get this kind of 360 view around the entire car. Look at this Tesla coming up beside me right here. I think he wants to try me. Maybe not. On to some nighttime footage. This is pretty late at night. You're looking at 8:30 at night. It's completely dark. You can definitely read the license plates of cars even at night, and you can still see color, so it's really cool. Here's some more nighttime footage at an intersection. You can actually read the street signs if you zoom in. You can see way across the intersection. On the left, it says Rock Creek up there. You can see the street signs, and just really good visibility for nighttime vision. Again, this is using that Starvis 4K sensor. A little more nighttime footage passing through a shopping center to give you an idea what, you know, some moderate lighting conditions would be and what the picture looks like. And you can read everything. You can see the signs of the shops, and you can clearly see people walking around. You can read the street signs and everything. So pretty cool here. Another great use of a dash cam is just for personal security. Here we are pulling up to a bank. I'm going to position the car right in front of the ATM machine here, so you can record everything that's going around you, just an extra layer of security. Here, I'm going to walk up to this ATM machine, and you can just use it for personal security and recording just to make sure you're protected. And if someone's walking around, they'll probably see that dash cam in your car and be less likely to approach you in some kind of sketchy situation or so forth. So again, personal security, dash cams, works pretty well. Great scenario to make sure you're protected with a dash cam in your car. Now here's some footage of the in-cabin camera with the full color. This is the 1080p signal. You can see it's super, super clear. You can see the bright colors of the green McLaren inside. My orange McLaren t-shirt pretty much looks true to color. and all the surroundings, of course, you can see out the side windows, so you get that kind of 360 view in the nighttime view as well. Now, not only do they have an app for your phone, they also have apps for Windows and Apple. You can bring in your footage into their Redtiger player and bring in all three views, view them simultaneously. You can see your speed, your location. Actually has a GPS map of your location from Google Maps, and you can browse your footage this way and make it super easy to find what you're looking for. If you want to pick up the F17 Elite from Redtiger, I will put a link in the description with a special drag times discount. Click on that link and pick one of these up. As always, thanks for watching.